full tutorial step by step making Baggyaki jeans.
I'm about to make these jeans baggy as hell, so I'm about to show y'all what fucking sweat. The way I like to begin is I like to cut along all the inseam, all along this, and I'm gonna do it all the way to the top, like right there, the little crotch area. Yo, using these fucking, oh my god, my fucking hand cramp, bro. When I'm cutting all along this, it makes my fucking hand cramp. Oh look, right in this little crotch area. You just have to be careful you don't fuck it up. You kind of just have to like get in there, you know. I forgot to show it, but when I measure it, this is a 32 over here. What I like to do is for the extra piece that I do add on, like the insert, I like to do 1 extra inch just for seam allowance in case you fuck up or anything. So that's what we're gonna do. This is the donor pair. Looking at this donor pair. This donor pair, I've already used it before for other jeans. That's all I got. That's all I got left on it. So what we have to do is we gotta measure 32. Oh no, not 32. I meant 33. So we're gonna do 33. Scoot it up, and because like these jeans are kind of short, I'm pretty much using up the whole fucking thing. It's not bad. I'm probably gonna use the whole leg, and I'm just gonna make the little shape, you know, all the way to the top. I was gonna mark it up. My handwriting's ass, but look, to help explain a little more what I'm doing is, we want it to be 33 inches. The old leg opening is 9. We have to make it 12. Or I might do 11, honestly, but how much is 3 times 2? 6, because you have to multiply by 2 because it folds, you know. So, and I like to add a little bit more just in case you fuck up a little bit, because you know when you sew this like takes up a little. This is like what, like, it's very little. This takes up a little and it takes it away from bagginess, and I still want to keep it, so I just add that. I add that extra 2.5, which is 1.25, 1.2. Okay, after we do this, we just have to cut those inserts. It pretty much has to be this insert, that length, and leave that at the top. All right, right here we have 6.5. It doesn't have to be exactly accurate. I mean, at least for me, it's my own jeans. It's different if it's a customer, you know, but my personal jeans, it don't gotta be perfect, you know. I'm still learning and shit. So you go, oh shit, right there. You're gonna go right there at 3.125. After you do that, you just have to mark it. You have to make sure you know exactly the middle. After that, I'm just gonna mark it and I'll show you what I do. Look, right here, from here to here is 1.25. Right here is 1.25. This is the 1.25. This is 0.5. Don't matter. So now you just have to make sure you go straight. Okay, now this part you don't really want to fuck up. It looks uneven, but that's just because the things here, the ruler. You want to make sure you go to 3.3 because we want to go 1 extra. The normal inseam of the other one is 32, so we're gonna go 33. Make sure it's straight as possible. You're gonna draw a straight line. Okay, now we have our straight line. Now you want to up here you want to go at around 1 inch, or you could do less. There's no bad way to do it in technically, but I like to go 1 inch this, 1 inch left, 1 inch left, right? So look, let me mark it. Now that we have this right here, 1 inch, 1 inch, we just have to trace it all the way down to this. But this is for, keep in mind, this is for bagginess and not for flare. Flare would be different. I could do another tutorial for that, but let me show you how I trace it down, because it's not a straight line. People do it differently. The way that I like to do it is, you see, it kind of like starts going in a little bit, and more towards the end, it goes in, you know? Flare is more like a triangle. This is more like a, I don't even know what shape that is. It just goes like boing. It kind of just curves. Slowly though. Now that we do have this shape, we want to make it as just symmetrical as possible. That looks pretty symmetrical, you know? Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect if it's for you. It's different if it's a customer. As a customer, try to make it good, you know? For you, me personally, I don't stress it too much, you know? Like these jeans that I made, I didn't stress it too much. Like I just made them. They came out nice. They didn't look bad. But I didn't stress it too much. I mean, but I do get fucking like heel bite. Okay, I cut that piece off. The next part is laying it over the other. You could simply just cut it all along this, or you could simply just remeasure it. Like you do it, like take this off and then just mark it all up. Me personally, I do both. But just make sure that this, if you are just gonna cut it, make sure this is as straight as possible, and make sure the fabric under does not move, or the one above. Like, it has to stay just where it is. Look, I got my little dog right here, and I just pin all this shit up straight, making sure it doesn't move. All right, I went ahead, pinned it all up, making sure it doesn't move, and make sure none of the fabric is stretched. Just make sure it's nice and flat. Okay, now that I'm done cutting it, they're both pinned up together. Just make sure that they're like as accurate as possible. You know what I mean? Because you want both legs to look the same. You don't want but one leg to be fucking baggy, the other one like skinny as hell, you know? But yeah, just go double check everything right before you start sewing. But that's just what I'm gonna do right now. I got both pieces right here. What we gotta do now is sew this at the top. The way that I like to do this is I'm lining up the inside. No, this is like the fabric that's gonna go on the outside. This is what's gonna be shown on the outside. This right here is what's gonna be on the inside, like inside my jeans, you know. So that makes sense. Pretty much what goes in outside is on the inside right now, if that makes sense, because we're sewing it like that. So now we gotta put the foot down. Now that it's all pinned together, like, I mean not pinned, sewn together. Oh! Okay, now that we have it kind of straight up. Alright, now that we have it all lined up, all along this, before we pin, you kind of gonna wanna do it all along the other leg. I was just doing it out on this leg just so I could demonstrate to you guys how I'm gonna do it. But right here, if you do remember how we made it 1 inch longer on both sides, that's just, some people do less, some people do half an inch. I like to do a full inch on both because it gives me more to work with in case I do fuck up at the end over here. You just have to make sure this is sewn tight, and because pretty much your crotch is gonna be, you know, you don't want that shit hanging out. All right, we lined it up, but you see right here it's too long. The way we fixed that, that's all because we added a little too much, but you want to have too much rather than have too little. Because let's say it's too short and we didn't add that extra inch on both sides. Let's say it'd be like this, your jeans would come out fucked up, you know. One leg's good, the other leg cuts off like this. Nah, you don't want that shit. So you can scoot it down a little bit right there. Just make sure you know how much it is that you guys see how I sewed it right here, right? Oh shit, right here. I have to sew more. That means I gotta sew more. Don't sew too much. Just don't lock it in yet. Like, don't sew all over and over. Because right here I go forward and backward, because I want to make sure that this is good, you know. But after that, when you go right here, don't lock it in yet in case you do fuck up. You could just straight up go with the inseam ripper, and then you could just get rid of that, you know. But now we have an idea of where we need to sew along this line. Because right here, the line is here at the top. The next line has to be like a little more at the bottom. Because we want this to line up perfectly on both sides. Over here, like you see. But it's like a little thing, but it lines up, you know. Alright, so I found the sweet spot. It's all lined up. It all lines up here. It's lined up at the bottom, you know. This, you just kind of just have to find the sweet spot, you know, of how much you go, like how much you sew down. After I do that, you just do the other side too. Okay, this is low-key probably the part that takes the longest. The fucking pinning up. Should took a good minute, but you just pin it all up. And now we can get to the fucking fun part, the sewing. And then honestly, like, you're low-key done. Like, that's literally it.